Okay, I wanted to talk about today because today I feel like is one of those monumental moments, right? This is something in my career that I will never experience again, which is the first time being left alone in the OR for extended periods of time. So today was the first day that I experienced the attending being split between two different rooms. So my attending went to 2 to 1, meaning they have two rooms that they are overseeing. So I was in one room, and a CRNA or a more senior anesthesia resident, I'm not sure which one it was in the other room. And so there are times when I was alone today, and I just haven't really been left alone before. So we've had 3 weeks of anesthesia boot camp where you're one on one with an attending or a senior resident all day long. And you've always have that support network there. So every time I was about to give something, I'd be like, okay, I'm giving 20 of this, 50 of this, and having that like bouncing off of somebody and that assurance that what I'm doing is right, or, that I'm wrong and need to do something different. So today was the first day where I was giving medications without saying, is it okay if I do XYZ? Basically, my first case was an open partial nephrectomy, otherwise pretty healthy. And I don't know, like everything was stable. Like we induced the patient, intubated, got them stable and everything. And then the attending was like, okay, would you feel comfortable if I went and did XYZ? And I was like, okay, sounds good. And then I just, I anticipated I would get nervous once being left alone, but I only thought that would happen if something bad happened or if something unexpected happened. But I was so anxious, even though everything was fine, right? Hemodynamically, patient was fine. Like heart rate normal, blood pressure fine, like temperature good, their end tidal CO2 is good, like they're on the ventilator and everything's looking great. All of my drips are running appropriately, the gas is on appropriately, like everything just totally looked fine. And I was like, I was so anxious. I was so anxious. It felt like he was gone for about an hour before he came in to check on me, but it was probably 30 minutes or something reasonable, but still, it was so anxiety inducing. And then he came in, we finished the case, and then la-di-da. Well, actually, no, he came in and left like several times, but then the next case I was supposed to have didn't end up happening because the patient ended up eating something that day. And so, or today, the patient ended up eating something today, so their case was canceled. So we ended up having a different case, a different patient, and I experienced that feeling of being like thrown a curveball a little bit because I had pre-opt on this other patient the night before. I had my plan ready to go, la-di-da, and now suddenly things changed. Different patient, different surgery, different surgeon. So I got to experience what that's like to last minute prepare or prepare on the fly more and not having quite as much time to prepare before a case and really having to rush. And this patient was in a totally opposite part of the hospital. They were going to have their surgery in like a different OR, but then because our case got canceled in our room, this case was moved to our room. So I had to go like find this patient, and then it ended up being like a 10+ minute walk and like elevator ride to the OR. And that was just another experience. This time, everything felt better when the attending left the room, and they ended up swapping attendings anyway. So the vibe was totally different, but I felt a little bit less scared being left alone the second time, which was good. I felt a little bit more confident and giving medications that seem appropriate at the time and making some decisions on my own. And I was a little bit surprised with how quickly I became acclimated to making low stakes decisions on my own. I anticipated I would be terrified the whole day of making decisions, but it quickly passed and I was able to kind of make decisions for myself. And anything that was bigger, I would, call and ask about. But things were very, very smooth today, so that didn't happen. But in the future, for sure. So, yeah, like, I think today was expected and unexpected at the same time. I expected it to be like it was. Like, I knew the attending wasn't going to be in the room the entire time. I knew I was going to be left alone for periods of time, but I did not anticipate how nervous I would be even if everything was running smoothly. And I anticipate over time it will just get better and better in terms of feeling comfortable and at ease when things are like okay. But I think for now I am going to be on very high alert all of the time, like literally all of the time. But yeah, that was a crazy day and a crazy experience, and one that, like, I'll never have this first again, like I'll never be alone for the first time again. Like, this was it. So